Let's take a moment and look at the system settings on the AVH-X2500BT. We can do that by touching the Home button and go to our System button over here. Right now our auxiliary input is on the rear of this radio. It is switched on. We can switch it off here if we want. We'll switch it back on for now. And our AV inputs, audio-video inputs, are switched off. We can switch them on, again, on the rear of the radio, and back off if we want. Our next setting is Rgb Input. Right now it is set to iPhone, so if you're going to use advanced app mode using the CDIU201S cable, you'll want the Rgb input set to iPhone. If you're going to use the add-on navigation system, AVH-U250, you'll want to set the Rgb input to Navi. For right now, we'll switch to iPhone. Our next setting is App Sound Mixing. Right now it's switched off. We can switch it on to its low, mid, or high setting. App Sound Mixing is so that we can listen to navigation settings and navigation instruction from an iPhone while we're also listening to the radio. We can switch that one more time to off. Next is our MixTrack Setup menu. You can get more detailed information about MixTrack Setup on the MixTrack Setup video. Let's take a look next at our picture adjustment. Here we can adjust the picture for applications. We can also adjust the picture for our source, and we can adjust the picture for our rear view camera. Once we're done making those adjustments, we hit the arrow back. Let's scroll down on the settings menu. We have our system language. We can change the system language to a number of different languages. Once you've chosen the one you like, go back. Next is our demonstration mode. Right now demo mode is turned on. We can switch demonstration mode off. Next is our mute or attenuation setting. When we get navigation instruction, we can mute the radio, or when we get telephone calls, we can mute or attenuate what we hear. So right now that setting is set off. We'll switch it over to mute. Our next setting is our rear speaker setting. Right now the rear speakers are set to full range. If we touch that, we can have the rear speakers set as our subwoofer output, or we can switch them back to full range. Next is our keyboard setting. Keyboard setting is set to English right now, but can be changed to a number of different languages. We will keep it with English. And next is our Everscroll setting on the bottom. Right now Everscroll is turned off. We can switch Everscroll on, and with Everscroll we will constantly see text flowing across the screen with information from RDS broadcasts or MP3 or WMA files you might have playing. And we'll scroll down one more page. Next is our Pandora Connect mode. This is a very important thing to switch. If we're using an iPhone in wired application, we would use Pandora Connect mode in wired. If you're using an Android phone connected through Bluetooth, you'll want to switch to the Bluetooth setting on Pandora Connect mode. Next is our Bluetooth audio setting. Right now that is switched on. If we want to get rid of Bluetooth audio out of the source list, we can switch it off. We like that in there though, so we'll switch it back on. We can clear our Bluetooth memory functions here. We can update the Bluetooth software here, and we can check version information from Bluetooth right here. And next is our camera polarity, or our backup camera. Right now our backup camera is set off. We can switch its polarity to the battery or positive, or we can switch it to ground or negative, or we can switch camera polarity off. And one more page down, we have our auto EQ measurement settings. You can start auto EQ measurements from this page, but for more information on auto EQ, check the auto EQ video. And finally, we have our video signal settings. Here, everything is set to automatic. We have our AV, auxiliary, and camera inputs. For North America, you probably want an NTS setting or to leave it on automatic. Once you're done making those settings, you can hit the X and choose a source.